sound of unity. We are one soul, so let's get together, love. There is no force that can break the sound of unity. Together we're a barrier, a being full of love, love inside our heart.
afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Sacred Alchemy Project. We're broadcasting live from the beautiful island of Luzon on Gaya, and it's wonderful to be here with you all tonight. Magandang hapon po, magandang gabi, maagang gabi. Ikinalulugod po ng inyong lingkod. Ako po si Burt Francisco. My name is Burt Francisco, and it's a pleasure to be here with you all. And we've got a really special program for you folks. To my recollection, this is actually the second of the season. Ito po ang pangalawang show namin itong season na to. And if you're just tuning in, this is the Sacred Alchemy Project, okay, where we do usually monthly shows or maybe even more. For ang topics po namin usually are people, places, things of interest of a spiritual matter for your journey through life. And our goal is to awaken, to inspire you on your journey to ascension. And hopefully that's a goal that we all have in mind, okay? So for those of you just logging in, feel free to say hi in the comments. We've got a great group of folks here. They're part of a very particular group. Very gifted po sila. They're a very gifted group of people, very spiritual. And they've been around for many years. My understanding is since the early 90s, okay? They are known as the Spirit Questors, okay? Now, there might be some of you out there, baka meron po sa inyo dyan sa audience na nung araw po narinig niyo na po ang mga adventures and sometimes maybe misadventures po ng mga Spirit Questors. And as you know, the Filipino culture has a very rich tradition of spiritualists. And later on, we'll have the opportunity po to hear from Sarcia, Archie, and Ariel, three key players and very, very active participants in the spirit questing community. And then we're going to share with you ways that perhaps if you're interested, how you can actually develop these skills and maybe bring out these gifts that maybe you don't know you have yet. Okay, now this all ties into this concept of shamanism. And I'm going to check our notes here real quick. You know, before I bring the guests on, I'd just like to do a brief intro of our three guests. First, we have Sarcia, Ate Sarcia. Now, she is our head dispatcher at Paint Intuitives. Okay, yes, she's our head dispatcher, and it's actually a very important function. And later on, we'll have the opportunity for Miss Sarcia to tell us what's actually involved when you are a head dispatcher. Okay, and then we have Archie, who is our head questor, okay? And then we also have, last but not the least, Ariel. He is the head teacher, okay? Now, some of you might get the sense that it's kind of like ghost busting. I gotta tell you guys, I've never met these three personally in person because of the lockdown, but I've heard some really interesting stories. And this is actually going to be an opportunity for us, you, the audience, who haven't met them before, and for me, myself, to learn more about what's actually involved in spirit questing, okay? And so, very enlightening. For some of you, have going to be some tidbits, some key information. You learn more about their practices. We also, I think, for those of you who stick around till the conclusion of this show, we're gonna give you some giveaways. We have some very, very high value giveaways that I think you're gonna want to take advantage of. Okay. So, having said that, let me just check with our studio. I call it the studio because they're pretty much in control of the feed, the audio and video feed. I just want to see where they are right now. Okay, we'll check our comments here in a minute. Okay. Now, as I'm looking at the notes, I think we're right about ready to bring in our Spirit Questors. So for those of you out there, I'd like to welcome Sarcia, Archie, and Ariel. Back studio, please. Let's give them a warm, heartfelt welcome. Hey, guys.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
How's the audio, guys? Is the audio okay?
Yeah, the audio is okay, Bert.
Okay, good, good. I gotta tell you, um, like I said in my intro, in working with May and Pain, because to be candid, I'm actually a new member of Pain, and it was just something that came my way. And I mean, how do you say no to Pain in May? Okay, so you just gotta say yes and see what happens. And so far, it's been very, very spiritually rewarding. So, guys, and of course, we're looking to see what kind of connectivity Archie has here. If it's okay with you guys, and I'm gonna ask you individually because sometimes somebody in the group has maybe a more refined or personal take on what spirit questing is all about. Guys, ano nga ba talaga ang tinatawag nating spirit questing? What's spirit questing really all about? And if it's okay, Sarsha, if you want, you can start sharing with us.
Yeah, again, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so spirit questing, actually, more often than not, nakokonek siya to ghost busting. Okay, so first of all, okay, sa spirit questing, we mediate, okay, we help the living and the non-living, okay, na magkaroon ng mediation between the two, okay, and then the sole purpose of that or the main purpose of that is to have peaceful coexistence. So, sa Spirit Questors, hindi kami nagbabanish. Okay, we don't do that. Kasi di ba sa Ghostbusters, parang inaano nila yung mga ghosts or yung mga entities. We don't do that. Kasi we respect every entity, whether it's human or non-human. We respect their existence.
Okay, very good. And before I move on to Ariel, so it's not like nakikipagbakbakan kayo. It's not like you go to war with them and you pulling out your spiritual sword and you're like banishing them. It's not like meron bang diplomasya na nangyayari? Is there diplomacy that's happening? Kind of
Well,
like
actually, Bert, to be honest, there are times now we go into battle, okay, if you would coin it like that. But again, the main purpose is for us to have peaceful coexistence with them. So as much as we can, we try to mediate na para yun nga, hindi umabot sa point na they would be banished or something like that. Because like what I said, we respect the existence of every entity.
okay, respect. Okay, we'll go back to that, Sarsha. Ariel, can you hear us? Okay, brother.
Well, for me, spirit questing is actually derived from the rite of passage. Okay, it's a shamanic practice wherein the individual goes to an isolated area, maybe a forest. He will stay there for maybe 1 week or 1 month, and then he will go back to the tribe that he already gained a lot of knowledge. Okay, actually, when you say spirit questing, it's like counseling, wherein you talk to the spirit. You have to know the issue, why the spirit is manifesting, or what's the issue behind that, and then you make compromise. Because we do believe that when you do banishing or exorcism, okay, it will only it will worsen the condition. So as much as possible, we talk to the entity, we try to know what's the issue, and then we make compromise because we do believe in unconditional love and peaceful coexistence. When you say peaceful coexistence, it means that you respect the unseen, okay, because we believe that they are the first steward of the earth. So kumbaga parang they stay here for a long time. So imagine if you're going to evict someone from someone's territory, that will be some kind of misrespect. Okay, so as much as possible, we talk to the entity and we try to know what's the issue behind so that we try to solve the problem. As much as possible, we don't involve in exorcism or battle or whatever it is. As much as possible, we talk to the entity, okay, in a peaceful manner. As simple as that. Yeah, that's it.
You know, Wonderful, Ariel. Thanks for sharing that. And just by the way, somebody here, one of our audience members here said, "Send Midel." Good afternoon, Send Midel. Welcome. It's good to have you here. If you folks have any questions, lahat kayo in the audience, type them in. I'll make sure to read them. This is a wonderful opportunity, to really ask in-depth questions, get to know our guests, makilala nyo yung guests namin, and who knows, maybe they can help you or someone you know. Okay, so as we're waiting for our brother Archie to reconnect, you guys have me very curious now. I mean, somehow, how often ba, guys, na people have the impression like what they see on TV, it's like light versus dark. Oh, and demonic forces and really bad encantos, and maybe it's a little bit too dramatic, but do you ever encounter that, you guys? Either one, Ariel?
Well, in my case, yes. Well, actually, we do believe that entities possess what you call free will. Okay, so depende kasi sa entity yon if they choose to be good or bad. Okay, as much as possible, we don't label or stereotype the entity as much as possible because we do believe that every one of us possess free will. Okay, so in my case, yes, I have some battles, but some cases involving it's more onto sorcery or witchcraft, parang ganon. So there are times that we really need to parang that sometimes we need to go beyond to the practice. We really need to do the banishing or or exorcism if it's necessary kasi we focus on the welfare of the agent or what we call the person that we're going to help. So sometimes we need to incorporate that. So there are encounters that we encounter some entities that are not that uh, not that peaceful, okay, or willing to cooperate or compromise with the issue. So there are times that we really need to go beyond to the practice, especially if the person's welfare is compromised. So we have no choice. Sometimes it goes in that way, but it's a rare case.
So it's actually rare where it's like a very clear cut demonic force versus light. It's actually kind of like a rare situation. Usually, nakakausap ninyo, you can come to, like Sarcia said, come to mediation, understanding, maybe reconciliation. Sarcia, is it like that usually?
Yes, usually. And may I just add, kasi very rich din ang ating, syempre ang
Culture.
culture natin. And more often than not, these entities, especially sa mga movies and mga shows, di ba, they are depicted really as bad spirits or bad entities. Like yung mga, I remember may mga ano yan like antikbalang kumakain daw ng bata, so things like those. But remember, these are guardians of natures as well.
Yeah.
Okay? So, there are times lang talaga, just like what Ariel said, again, we respect free will. So, may times na, if they choose to be, as you would, as a bad, andoon yun. Pero, in reality, they are guardians of natures. So, it's just so happen lang kasi sometimes in movies, especially mga horror films, they are really
Yeah.
depicted as monsters and, you know, talagang creatures of the night and all of that. But in reality, sometimes they are misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay. And since people, especially those who are not sensitive enough, um, nadidepict sila as troublemakers, as, yun nga, parang bad spirits, bad entities. But more often than not, whenever we do a quest, just like what Ariel said, we look at the issue. Bakit?
Yeah.
Why are there certain manifestations? So, and
Yes.
then that's how we resolve. Okay, so let's say for example, may nagpapakita and all of that. So we try to see what's the issue, what's the reason ba't sila nagpapakita, or why do they have certain manifestations. Then that's the time we mediate, and like what Ariel said, we come up with a compromise.
Yes. In addition to what
No,
she said, kasi in spirit questing, it's not always battle. Eh. Okay. As I mentioned before, it's more on you are talking to the entity to know the issues. Again, we are promoting peaceful coexistence here. Okay, and harmonious relationship. So, yung sinasabi kasing battle na yan, it's a rare occurrence. Okay, napaka-rare talaga. So as much as possible, when you go out in a quest, again, you are promoting peaceful coexistence and you try to solve the issue in a peaceful way. Because we do believe that once you evict an entity, okay, it will move to another place. Doon naman siya magkakaano. I mean, mamimirwisyo or whatever. So as much as possible, we try to respect and make a compromise kung ano yung dapat gawin. Okay, to maintain the peaceful, peaceful coexistence na binabanggit ko kanina. Yun. That's it.
excellent. Very good point, Ariel. If it's okay with you, Sarcia, I'd like to see if Archie can hear us. Archie, can you hear us okay? See us also? Are you okay, Archie? I think Archie might be having connection problems. Okay. You know what? We have a question here, guys. It's from Regina CMC. Now, Regina CMC, if you can hear me, could you complete your question, please? Ito ang question, guys, ni Regina CMC. She says, I have a question for later. I go to a park frequently, and it was only the other day that I felt a presence. My instincts told me not to go any further, so I stayed away. But a friend walked the dog in that area, and I had to follow to make sure he'd be back okay. Because before I finished the roundabout, I felt the presence behind me and had major goosebumps all over. I said my prayers and went to church first before going home. My question is it possible for a presence to just show up in? Now, hindi ko makita yung there it is. Okay, I can't see Regina's next few words, pero maybe what she's, guys, did you guys hear yung opening ng question niya?
Yeah.
Know exactly how she's going to close this question. She said she said her prayers and went to church first before going home. And then her question is it possible for a presence to just show up in ... Ano kaya sasabihin ni Regina next? By the way, ang presence ba, does that happen, guys? Yung merong presence na ganon, whatever, baka may bad intention spirit, hindi natin alam, tapos sinundan yung person even after nagpunta ng church na? I mean, is that a weird thing to happen, or have you heard of anything like that? Sarcia?
Well, yeah, for me, a lot of times, I mean, it's common na may mga ganyan. Even my friends would come to me and ask me na, oh, I felt something like this. But for me
Yeah.
personally, the first thing I ask them, what is the feeling or what is the emotion? Um,
Okay.
does the present, yung emotion ba is anger or sadness? Kasi remember, we are emitting energies, di ba? So,
Yes.
kung meron mang sumusunod na presence sa'yo, even after you went to the church or after you prayed, more or less, that the energy that you are emitting, ito yung nag-a-attract sa kanila. That's why there are some cases na, or there are some places na we would say that the spirits are malevolent kasi even, let's say, that household or that place, medyo chaotic din. So it's all about the energies that we attract. And yun
Right.
nga, like what I said, it's very normal reaction for people na pag may naramdaman na ganyan, the first thing that they do, they pray, di ba? Which
Yeah.
there's no problem with that, di ba? Kahit ako, honestly, I would say, kahit ako pag may nararamdaman din ako na strong presence, I would pray, I would ask for protection, okay? But yun nga, it's a very common feeling. So I think, yes, it's possible that they would show up. Pwede rin naman hindi. It actually depends on like what I said a while ago, I said about sensitivity, kasi all of us naman is merong third eye. It's just a matter that how sensitive you are.
Okay, right.
Okay, hello? Ayun.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
I
yes.
thought I got disconnected. Anyway, so I was saying, it's just a matter of how sensitive you are. So meron dyan na iba na ang sensitivity nila is yung seeing or yung mga clairvoyant, yung clear audio or audient, yung nakakarinig, walang nakikita pero may naririnig. So it really depends. Again, so pag yung mga ganyan, ano nga yung reason? So what's the reason? Kung ba't
Exactly.
sila nagpapakita or ba't sila nagpaparinig or nagpapamanifest.
Exactly. You know, before Regina's question, Regina's question niya kanina, I'd like to welcome Marianne. Miss Marianne, welcome. It's good to have you here. We've got the Spirit Questors here. We've got Sarcia, Archie, and Ariel. And let us know if you have any questions. Good to have you here, man. Okay. So, guys, continue ko lang yung question ni Regina. So Regina says, is it possible for a presence to just show up in a certain place? Question mark. Or was it a case of it's always been there? If yes, why is it that I only felt it then and not the other times I was going there? Lastly, what should I do in that situation aside from prayers? And then Regina adds, sabi niya, the feeling was heavy, threatening. So the question is it possible for presence just to show up? Parang tumaan lang, nagpakita lang. Or lagi bang nandun yun? Was it always there? And if yes, why is it that I only felt it then, hindi daw nung previous times? So interesting, a series of questions. I don't know. Riel, do you wanna maybe do you have anything to say to that, brother? Because she's got a series of questions here. Can you dinig mo kami, Ariel?
Okay, excuse me. So the first question, kasi is it possible for a presence to just show up on a certain place? Yes, it's possible, especially if that particular place okay has a history. Kung may nangyari ba doon or may nakatirang entity. Okay. So, yung may tatawag kasi tayong ano yung imprint. Okay. Let's say may mga namatay, okay, sa lugar or something let's say drastic happened there or accident, it creates an imprint. And that particular imprint stay in the place, it can manifest into something like yeah, presence or parang pakiramdam mong mabigat like that. Maybe yung pakiramdam na yon, maybe the person is maybe Regina is sensitive to subtle energies, that's why she can feel the energy of that imprint. Okay, kaya nanatili siya doon because may nangyari or there is a history of that particular place, that's why there are energy imprints. Okay, now next is why is it I only okay, as I said before, maybe Regina is sensitive to subtle energies, maybe she is clear sentient. Okay. And then instead of staying in that particular place, since wala naman siya magagawa, it would be better to leave it. Okay. Leave it. Okay. Yun yung ma-advise ko. Instead of staying in that place kasi it might affect her energy-wise, her emotion. So it would be better to leave that place kasi wala naman siya magagawa. She's not equipped to do anything to that particular place. So it would be better to leave it. That's it.
There you go. Very, very practical advice, huh? Very practical advice. So, kasi certain places, like for example, minsan sa bahay na may mga traumatic situations o traumatic death, di ba na magnetize yung yung structure, di ba Sarcia? And then pabalik-balik sila yung remnant ng
Yeah.
spirit nila, mga ganon, right?
Yes. Yeah, sometimes
Yes.
yung yung apparition or yung sometimes nag-manifest yung particular incident na yon, lalo kung napaka-strong ng emotion, okay,
Right.
nung tao, okay, na halimbawa accident or whatever, ito yung kadalasan na nakikita ng mga tao na nagmamanifest. So, it's very important that we have to categorize or we have to know the difference between a sentient entity and an imprint. Sometimes we see something or feel something, we just perceive it just an entity, but actually it's just an imprint. So it's very important that you have to know the difference between the two, a sentient and an imprint.
Actually, that's a very important point because an imprint is like an energetic residue, di ba? Parang latak ng energy na nag-stick sa geolocation na yon, right?
Yes, exactly.
And then ang sentient naman, may intention and may, I don't wanna say, can you call it consciousness? Pwede ba tawagin consciousness yung awareness lang, no? Ganun ba yun? Is awareness a good word? I mean, how do you, so sentient, ibig sabihin may awareness, right? No matter what the level, I would think, right? Okay. We're still having a problem getting Archie here, but that's okay. Guys, I'm very curious, and I'm sure sa studio audience natin, there's some people here, gusto rin nilang malaman, how did you guys get into this? How did you get into spirit questing? I mean, I'm curious. Sarcia?
Yeah. For me, even I was a young, I'm very, ano ba, mahilig ako sa mga horror stories. So I would remember that when my grandma would go to the market, I would ask her to buy me horror comics. But in reality, matatakotin ako. So my brothers, my siblings would always, scare me to death talaga. But as I grew older, parang na ano yung, actually, it started in college that I started to read books about these things and it got me really interested. And then after some years, I tried to look over the internet, yung mga groups na pwede kong samahan. And then it so happened that I came across an email ng sa Spirit Questors. So I emailed them, just to try if I can, get in or something like that. And then when I got a reply for an interview, talagang ako na-shock ako parang, oh my God, this is it. Parang ganon. So I was excited at the same time, I got scared. But anyway, so I went to the venue. So I went through an interview because sa Spirit Questors, hindi ka basta-basta na parang membership na, magjo-join ka lang and they would accept you. Kasi they really need to know what is your purpose, why you want to join. Because face it, that there are people, especially those who are medyo into these things, andyan yung they want the adventure, sometimes
Right.
power tripping, and all of
Mhm.
that. So I went through interview, okay, and they really try to ask what's my intention, and if ever I get into or I'll join the group, what can I contribute? So, luckily, pumasa naman ako. Okay? Because for me naman kasi, I really want to help. Aside from, I want to expand my skills on this one. Um, there. And then after that, we went through different trainings. So, yun, hanggang sa, ito na, full-fledged Spirit Questor.
Very nice. What about you, brother? Ano ka nagsimula sa spirit questing, bro?
It started with curiosity, actually. And then I read one of the books of Tony Perez, The Departed, and I cannot remember the other books, but so I got curious with how they do the questing, so I decided to join. And well, for me, prior to to Spirit Quest, I dabbled to occult. So I study about witchcraft and sorcery. So I decided to join the quest because I think that I need to stabilize my foundation before I move further to other practices. So Spirit Questing helped me to improve myself, especially when I'm communicating with spirits. I learned a lot of techniques, okay, that I can incorporate in my practice. So it's very important that you have to create, you should have stabilized your foundation before you move further to other practices. So that's it. That's the reason why I enjoyed the Spirit Questing, to create, a foundation before I move further.
Fascinating, Ariel. At some point we're gonna ask you, uh, where you moved on to, with a solid foundation after having a solid foundation. So I know it's a lengthy conversation and we got to make time for that. Okay. Listen, guys, I see Archie here on the video feed. I wonder if Archie's okay and if Archie can hear us. Archie, can you hear us okay? How are you, Archie? Thumbs up, maybe? Okay, we're disconnected. Okay. Um, I have a question. Curious ako, right? Guys, are all cases questable? I mean, are there cases where it's just thumbs down? Yeah, that sounds interesting, pero you're not gonna touch it. Tinignan nyo lang, maybe you did some viewing remotely, and then you said, well, we can't help here. It's not questable. Are there situations, are there times when a case is not questable?
Okay.
Archie, Sarcia?
Yes, there are quests that are not okay questable because before we go to a spirit quest, okay, that's why we have a dispatcher. Okay, that's the purpose of Sarcia. Okay, that is her
Yeah.
responsibility. Okay, to determine or to decipher if the case that we're going to handle is okay possible for spirit questing. There are times that we don't need to go to the place. Okay, what we have to do is just to do the scanning or tarot reading or remote viewing, so you don't need to waste time or energy to go to the place. Okay, sometimes the agent or the person who asked for a quest, they just need counseling or some sort of oracle reading or tarot reading like that. Okay, so they just need to talk, I mean, and do a simple cleansing for them. Sometimes you don't need to do the quest itself. So it's very important that a quester, okay, must well versed in oracle reading. Okay, so through the oracle reading, we will know if the certain case is candidate for questing. Okay, and another one, as I mentioned before, the dispatcher, okay, must decipher if the case is really candidate for spirit quest. Okay. Now, if it is a candidate for spirit quest, that's the time the dispatcher will send people, okay, to the case. So that's how it works.
Bert, you're on mute.
Unmute
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
Bert,
I'm
you're
sorry.
here.
Okay. Of course, the head dispatcher is Sarcia. Thank you for that. But you mentioned Ariel Oracle, the importance of Oracle reading, so you don't waste your time on non-questable cases. Um, what oracles do you? Is it everyone on the team has a different preferred oracle? If you can hear us, Ariel, do you mind
yeah.
sharing with us which oracle or which oracles? Because I believe in oracles. I
Well,
use.
most of the questers they use tarot cards or oracle
Okay.
cards itself.
Okay.
Okay, sometimes we do remote scanning. We don't need to go to the place. Just it's like remote viewing too. It's like you're just going to the place remotely, and then scan the place if it's a place to to do a questing. So yeah, as I mentioned before, oracle reading we use tarot cards or oracle cards or remote scanning for that purpose.
Excellent. Now, who would actually, let's say a case comes in, someone calls your hotline, email, a case comes in. What's the process? It's like an office, it's like a network, virtual, whatever, and then everyone gets the email. Who actually gets it and presents it to the group? How does that work? So an email comes in, and they say, oh, there's, for example, a situation, there's a bad spirit in the building. Okay. Do you look at it, evaluate it as a committee, two, three people, whatever, and you look at it, or you vote? Do you vote on it? I mean, what's the process to launch a quest, just to take a case, because it's taking a case like a detective agency, diba? Parang private investigation, only with the idea of mediating and resolving the issue. So how does that
Well,
work?
yeah, for example, if it's a building, okay, we usually go in a congregate quest. Okay, so we invite people, or it must be a group quest. So just one or two people is, it's not enough. Okay, so we usually go with a congregate quest. Okay, but if it's just a house or a small place, maybe minimum of five or maximum of six people can do the questing. Okay.
Okay.
So kung sino yung available do sa case, sila yung pumupunta do sa lugar.
Okay, let
Okay.
me just add something to that, Bert. So
Go
as
ahead.
Yes.
the dispatcher, so as a
Dispatch.
dispatcher,
Go ahead.
so okay, so the case will be coming in sa akin, and I will be the one. Actually, I'll be the one to do the initial interview to the agent or to the client. We call them actually agents, and then so they will tell me the case. They will tell me the story. Okay, and then that's the time when I will open, or meaning to say na I will send out invites to the questors who are available. Okay.
Okay.
And then, yun, there would be times na I would even say na, oh, I only need four people or six people. So, gaya na sabi nga ni Ariel, it depends on the case. Alright. So, ganun yung nagiging process. And then, kung sino yung mga questors na available or who would accept the invitation, then that's the time that I give them the location for the meetup, the time, and all of that. But okay, just bear in mind that they don't know the whole case or the whole story. Kasi ayaw namin na mapipreempt when they scan. Kumbaga, it's only me who knows the whole story, and I just give them the gist, okay, of the case, and then that's it. So para hindi ma-preempt yung case, para hindi ma-preempt yung mga findings nila or kanilang ano during the scanning, they don't know.
I think Sarcia, in remote viewing, we call that front loading. Front load sila, tapos nagkakaroon ng overlay. Kaya so the reading is influenced by the advanced data. Front loading. So that's how you eliminate it. It's almost like they're blind. They're blind to the target, diba? So they have to come up with their own reading. I would think. Ganun ba yun?
Although hindi ko masyado naintindihan, medyo choppy eh. Pero I think it is similar to what you are saying, Bert.
Okay. We're having a problem with Archie then. So what's the let me ask you first. Is there such a thing as a fun spirit quest? I mean, can a spirit quest be fun? I mean, is that really like, because when you're dealing when you're being called to mediate, it means there's some kind of conflict happening. I mean, is it like fun where may mga nature spirits, may mga diwata, na all they want to do is they want to play, pero nakaka-focus sila. I mean, is there such a thing as a fun spirit quest?
I'm sorry, what was that,
Can you
Bert?
say that again, Bert?
Yeah.
I guess my question is there such a thing as a fun, F-U-N, fun spirit quest?
On Spirit Quest.
Fun. If the only time that we could say it's fun if it's the duende
Go ahead,
quest,
Sarcia.
depending on what duende quest that will be. If the duende quest is say playful enough, then yeah, you can term it or tag it as a fun quest. But most likely, if the Duende Quest would show fun, it gives us a signal that the Duende is either making fun of us or is not accepting us as one of their not at their levels. So there are occasions that those kind of things would happen, and I had I had a few, and I even met a Haring Duende way back, and he was playing with us since he said that we're too weak for him, something like that. And but at the end of the quest, we were able to settle, or we were able to fix or solve the issue that was the client asked us to do. So it was a concern wherein a husband died, and the thing is, this Haring Duende is fond of this woman. So the client point of view is that the Haring Duende take out the husband for him to take over, or something like that. And what happened was we were able to find out that there are, say, domestic issues as well. So we were able to identify and address that at that time. But it just so happens that the Haring Duende was there, who got attracted with the issue. So it may have looked that he intervened at the right time, at the right moment. So, but it did not. So Haring Duende was cleared, or he did nothing wrong. Did nothing to get the husband get in trouble, something like that. That's the only time I could tag a quest as fun, because all throughout the quest that Haring Duende was laughing at us. So it may be fun for him, but not for us.
Actually,
I hope you're hearing me okay, guys.
when I asked the question fun, I meant you guys having fun, pero ibang fun naman to. The Haring Duende was having fun, thinking, oh, you're funny. Hindi kayo tinitake seriously initially. Sarcia, Ariel, can you hear me okay?
What was that
Medyo,
again?
medyo
I
choppy,
want to
Bert.
know
Choppy.
Sorry.
if say Sarcia or Ariel got the same scenario. So in the past, if they were able to encounter, but most of the time, these guys, I've been with them in a lot of quest sessions, and most of them are not fun. But
I think Sarcia has to share. Wala
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Sarcia, there.
well, just to share my experience. It's both funny for me and very scary. Talagang natakot ako. We were doing a quest. It was a Congre quest. It was in Quezon City. It was a building. And Ariel and I were partners. Kasi pagka ganyan, kailangan partners kayo.
Exactly.
And
Buddy
then,
buddy.
yeah, and then we went to the basement. So it was just an open, dark basement. So other questers were there. Okay, we
Yes.
were doing our scanning. Okay. And then Ariel and I went to this small room. Okay.
Parang we
But
go further pa, no? Madilim yun eh, part na yun.
madilim. We went further. So, but if we turn our backs, we could see the other questors. So Ariel and I were doing the scanning, and then after a few minutes, paglingon namin, Nobody
Wala nang
was there
tao.
anymore.
Kami
So,
yung naiwan na sa baba.
oo,
So
naiwan
it
kami
was
sa baba.
completely
So,
dark.
yes, and we really got scared. Talagang, talagang we were cursing at each other, saying na, what happened? Where are they? So talagang nagpanic kami ni Ariel during that time. And then, when we went up to the floors, so we met up with the other questors, and they asked us, "Oh, where did you guys go?" So kami, kayo nga ang nang iwan sa amin. We were there sa basement. Iniwan nyo kami. So they were telling us, no, we didn't see you there. You weren't there. Okay, so para bang na-cloak kami. So hindi kami nakita, para bang naging invisible kami ni Ariel. Anyway, that was the funny part of that quest. Now, the part na I really got scared because we did a circle. When you do a circle kasi, that's the time that you talk to the entities. And
Right.
then the entity was a bit he was malevolent, and then he said that, just to share, he said na, I want a human life. And then sabi niya, babae. So ako, napamura ako sa sarili ko dahil I got scared because there were only 4 girls in that group. So, and then I said to myself, oh my God, ano ba tong pinasok ko? So, I really got scared kasi, again, the entity was asking for a human life because he wants a girl. Okay? So, I think we were 4 or 5. So, sobrang konti lang yung girls. So I really got scared because he was asking for a human life. So I really told myself, talaga, oh my God, ano ba tong pinasok ko? Ano ba tong pinasok ko? Ano ba tong nangyayari? Parang ganon. So, but again, wala naman nakuha sa amin. Obviously, I'm still here. Okay. We were able to somehow resolve that case. But again, with that experience, it was both funny nung nawala kami ni Ariel, and then at the same time, it really scared the hell out of me, when that entity asked for a human life.
Okay. Time out here. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can
I
hear me?
have yeah, I can hear you. I have a case
Go
to
ahead.
share kasi hello Bert. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was not in the case pero kwento lang sa akin kasi may isa kaming questor before, okay, na may isa silang case na ang case at balang. Okay, now habang nag-scan yung member namin na to, may entity atang lumapit sa kanya. Sabi ng entity, kukunin kita. Ang sabi ng questor na babae, hotdog ka. That's what she said. And kaya tawag namin doon hotdog quest. Sabi nga ni May, hotdog quest. So parang parang pinoprovoke yung entity. So after the scanning, yung nag-congregate sila, nag-usap-usap na, out of the blue, yung babae ata sinapian. Okay. So nataranta yung mga questor, hindi nila alam kung anong gagawin nila. So they called the seniors to visit the place. Okay. So ayun, sa awa naman ng Diyos, kumalas yung attitude dun sa babae na sinapian, yung isang questor namin. Unfortunately, nung matauhan na yung questor na member namin na yon, hindi na maalala yung nangyari. Yeah, that's the funniest, I think, that I can remember na case.
No, I have to ask, guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, kasi ang lahat, totoo yung sinabi ninyo, I understand that too, na bago nilikha ng Panginoon ang tao, yung mga elementals na yan, pati yung mga, you don't want to call them lower life forms because mahalaga rin sila, they were here first. Pero they have to follow a hierarchy nga according to divine will din eh. Pero merong mga, shall we say, mga pasaway, is that the word we can use? Mga pasaway, right? Right? And so, kapag ang pasaway is hari, I mean, it's an interesting case kasi sa kaharian niya, teritoryo niya, siya hari, siya mismo pasaway. I mean, ano yun? Pati yung mga prinsesa niya, prinsipe niya, mga duki niya, lahat sila, they're doing crazy shit then. I mean, it starts from the top. I mean, wouldn't that mean na ang mga ang mga duwende sa ilalim niya can behave by his example? I mean, what's your feedback on that?
The case kasi, kadalasan ginagawa namin, if it's a tribe or a kingdom, we usually connect to the hierarchy. Kung ano yung, halimbawa, if it's a kingdom, we connect doon sa, halimbawa, hari o reyna. Okay? So, yun ang unang-unang kinakausap namin. Okay? Kasi sila yung may control doon sa, sa alagad nila. Parang ganon. So, we usually connect with the hierarchy or the deva. Kung sino yung pinakamataas doon sa nakatungkulan doon sa tribe na yon. So that's what we usually do. We contact with them. Well, I think they acknowledge naman. Kaya lang nga, as I said before, they possess free will. So it's their choice if they want to be pasaway or what. So as much as possible nga kinakausap namin kasi the more na you retaliate, the more that they will accept us to make compromise or to maintain peaceful coexistence. So if it's a tribe or a kingdom, again, we usually talk to the entity that has authority or hierarchy. Okay, so yung kadalasan na kinakausap namin. So once now we connect with them, we contact with them, parang maayos na, so they're the one who will reprimand to their subordinates na ito yung gagawin na ganyan-ganyan. So that's what we usually do. I think Sarcia can add something about that.
Yes, Sarcia, go ahead, please.
Go ahead.
Kung yung ano naman, again, kung let's say the example that you gave Bert a while ago, paano ko yung mismong hari o yung nasa pinakamataas na, again, they also answer to higher power. Okay, which is yung you can call it God or the supreme being and all of that. So ganun din. So yun nga, if gaya ng sabi ni Ariel, if we cannot connect or if we cannot talk peacefully with the entity, so we go to somebody higher than them.
Exactly.
Then if ano naman, then we now connect to the higher power. Okay.
So kumbaga parang iniiwan na namin yung case doon sa mas mataas. Okay? So you just remind the entity that this is the possible consequence of their actions, if they won't stop or won't compromise, that there is a law or divine law, parang ganyan, universal law that we have to acknowledge. Now it's up to them. Okay. So may mga case na gano'n na we just allow the higher power to handle it. Okay. If it's really makulit talaga or wala kang magagawa.
Okay. You said the word makulit. Ibig sabihin sa English, persistent even if in the wrong. Okay, mali siya pero persistent siya. Here's my take on it then. Now, isn't that, if you see na nakakaperwisyo talaga, it's gusto niya i-possess, for example, yung babae. Tikbalang, gusto i-possess yung babae. Okay? And ayaw talaga bumitiw. Well, di ba ano na yon? Parang bakbakan na dapat yon. I mean, isn't that a call for ass kicking ass? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Hello?
Again, Bert, what was that again? Sorry.
Oh, I just said, if for example you've got a duende or a tikbalang or anyone na ayaw mediate compromise, and they're just stubborn. Tulad nga sinabi ni Ariel, makulit, and ayaw talaga bumitiw. Isn't that a call to arms? Di ba? Dapat bakbakan na talaga, ass kicking na talaga kung ayaw talaga sumunod? No? Hindi pa rin?
As much as possible, hindi pa rin. Okay. So we try our best. Kasi may mga pagkakataon na nagkakaroon ng return quest. Okay. So we have a quest, prior quest, may second quest pa. Pero kung wala talaga, kasi rare na occurrence yan. Napaka-rare talaga. Pero as far as I remember, the previous group, I mean, merong mga talaga na i-involve sa ganon na they usually do the last resort. Okay.
Okay.
So, kasi I remember, as far as I remember, Tony decided to create subgroups sa Spirit Questor dati. Like Zarabanda, Lunaisul. Bawat grupo, bawat subgroup, may specialty siya. As far as I know, Zarabanda is responsible to do the black magic or exorcism. So yung parang sila yung last resort kapag ka may mga ganong case talaga na wala na kailangan talaga ng ultimatum do sa entity. So yun yung naalala ko. That's what I remember about that. Pero in my case kasi, like in my own practice, okay, as a spirit questor kasi, kung makukuha pa sa maayos na usapan, okay, kung bibigyan mo ng offering or compromise and everything, I do my best. Okay, but if in case that there wala na talaga, well, wala na magagawa. I have to focus to the welfare of the person that I'm working with. Okay, so mas importante kasi yung tao. Okay, tinutulungan natin. So that's the time I do something, prescribe some protection or ritual or cleansing, something like that, just to protect the person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We have to go on a break in a little bit here. Pero before I forget, I have a question for you, Sarcia, Ariel, and Archie, if you can hear us. Guys, ever ba after you've done a mediation sa Spirit Quest, you actually became friends or had subsequent friendly contact doon sa spirit o sa elemental na encounter ninyo? Naging parang pare-pare, kachika-chika. Oy, ganito, ano kalagayan dyan sa mundo ninyo? Oh, gulo-gulo sa Marinduque, puro minahan ng nickel, do you ever become like some kind of acquaintances and friends with them? Nangyayari ba yon? Or it's just, hello, goodbye, wag ka namang istorbo? Is it just like that?
Well, sa akin, Bert, okay, walang nangyari na ganyan. So I never experienced that. And honestly, I would not recommend. Okay, I would not recommend. Kasi, ano pa, why do I not recommend it? Kasi, yun nga eh, it's usually after a quest, yun nga, just like what you said, okay, we're done, finished. Don't bother us anymore. Parang ganon. But, yun nga, wala naman nangyari in my case, or actually wala naman ako alam na case that after some time naging kachika-chika or naging friends na kami ng mga entities and all of that, which also I will not recommend nga. Kasi mahirap din na pagka ganyan na kumbaga meron kang nagiging ka-close na entity. I don't think na it's really going to work well for me. So,
can I say something real quick here? And guys, you're the ones who work in mediation with entities or sometimes elementals entities. Let's kung sabihin natin na earth beings. Bakit? What's your feeling? And again, right now I have an idea about this, my own personal position. Okay, pero I want to hear from you guys, and I'm sure our studio audience might be curious as well. How do you feel about the healers who go out there? Darating na, the Holy Week is coming upon us. May mga healers dyan, lalabas na yan, magpapalakas daw sila, and they're gonna call on and befriend nature spirits, elementals, sometimes encantos, etc., to help in their healing practice. Now, I'm on the fence dito, and tell me what you guys think. What do you think about going out and doing shit like that or stuff like that? I'm sorry, pardon my French.
Ariel will be the best person to answer that.
Can you say
Ariel,
that
bro.
again? I'm sorry, I wasn't able to catch it. Can you repeat the question again?
No, it's like this. There's healers out there, okay, and they actively seek out nature spirits, be they elementals, be they encantos, or be they like departed spirits or whatever, supposedly for their healing practices. Like the special time of the year for them is the day before Easter. the days week before Easter. Yung mga mahal na araw. I mean, they go to the mountains, punta sila sa gubat, punta sila sa kuweba, sisisid sa dagat. I mean, they seek out these spirits. It's like nangongolekta sila ng mga pare-pare chika-chika sa operasyon nila. You know, I'm neutral on it. I'd like to get a sense of what you guys think. Did you hear
For me,
me?
that
Ariel?
is not advisable kasi, okay, let's say you collected a lot of entities. Sabihin na natin, spirit allies mo. Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is when you die, okay, I mean to say when the spirits serve you, okay, to do those things like healing or whatever it is, kaya lang when you die, when the healer dies, pagsisilbahin niya sa kabilang buhay yung mga entity na yon. May mga case na kinukuha yung spirito ng manggagamot na yon, dinadala sa daigdig nila.
Oh,
Ng
shit.
entity. So it's not advisable. Okay.
Yeah.
However, if the entity has willingness to work with you, okay, as an ally, that's okay. Okay, but again, it's not advisable because there's a possibility that when the healer die or the shaman dies, okay, siya naman yung magsisilbi doon sa entity na pinagsilbihan siya habang nabubuhay siya. So it's not advisable. But there are times na may mga entities talaga na they share their power. Okay, especially if that is part of their lineage. Di ba? Mana-mana. Kumbaga. So, so we have to be careful when we, encounter spirits from the forest, from the caves, na ganyan. Well, we get power from them, yes, but think of the possible consequence of that when we die. Okay, wala kang freedom pagka namatay ka. So sa pupuntang kaluluwa mo, good luck. So karamihan ng mga freedom. Okay. Pero I'm not against with it. Yeah. What? Go ahead.
Ariel, thank you very much. That's also my feeling. A friend of mine said to me, nag-chocolate kami, hot cocoa, malit na cacao ceremony with mapacho. And then sinabi ko sa kanya, tinatanong, I think he asked me, sabi niya, what do you think of this? Ang sabi ko, kung tayo na human being at ang goal natin is ascension, hindi ba parang mapapatali tayo dito sa mga spirits na to, samantalang hindi naman yun ang path nila, parang may energetic karmic tayo pa tayo kung hindi malinaw ang usapan. Yun lang ang feeling ko. So, by the way, guys, si Marga Lucille. Hello, Marga. Good afternoon, Iha. Sabi ni Marga Lucille, hello, Kuya Sen Medel. Okay. Okay. So there you go. Greetings now. Archie, brother, ewan ko kung you can hear us. It's good to have you back again. If it's okay with you, I think they're telling me that we have to take a break.
Okay, no problem.
Is it okay with you guys? Let's take a break.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay.
Okay. See you.
See you. And we're back. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Sarcia, um, I know we talked about this, but we got some very exciting raffles here. Um, Here's Archie. Hi, Archie. Okay. And then I think Archie is on mute. Okay. But in a little bit here, we're gonna have a raffle. We're gonna have the ultimate voucher, guys. You're gonna want to know about the ultimate raffle. And I know we have here, and if I'm not mistaken, it's a free pass. We are giving away a free pass, FREE free pass to the Game Changer Rituals. And I think Archie, you're the man. Tú eres el hombre con el Game Changer Ritual. Or is it Ariel? There it is. The Game Changer Rituals coming this Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Okay? It's an online instructional workshop where you learn powerful rituals to remove blockages and open doors for opportunities. I'm sorry, it's not this Saturday, it's April 24th. This is April 24th, Saturday. April 24th, this coming April Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. And my understanding is it's actually Ariel. Ariel, you're the man with the Game Changer Rituals. Could you explain, because I have an idea, but it's best if I hear it from you. I think everyone's very curious about that. Ano nga ba yung Game Changer Ritual, and what can people expect from that?
Well, actually, this particular ritual, it's a instructional ritual that should be done utilizing candles, oils, herbs, and prayers. So I think the person will expect some sort of cleansing, okay, that they need to perform that will last for 7 days. And after that, they will perform a ritual that to attract opportunities or to open roads to opportunities, and that's the purpose of that. Okay,
Very nice.
so this ritual requires that just simple materials that can be purchased anywhere. It's not that complicated.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it would have to be done in a private setting where you're not going to be disturbed, right?
Yes,
So you
it should be done
okay
in private.
in
Yeah,
private.
the
Okay.
instructions will be given during the workshop. Yeah.
Okay. So so when people get this game changer ritual, uh, ahead of time, they're gonna know what the materials are, how to prepare themselves, how to create that space.
Ah,
You're
okay.
gonna
The first
tell
part,
them.
yeah, the first part,
Yeah.
the first part of the ritual, it consists of cleansing. Okay, the purpose of that cleansing is to eliminate all the blockages. Okay, because before we attract something, or before we open ourselves to opportunities, we have to remove the blockages. Okay,
Okay.
on our way before we proceed. So that should be done for 7 days. Then after that, the next ritual will be performed, and it is the ritual is something to do with to attract something, because you cannot attract something to yourself if all of the doors are blocked. So the purpose
Right.
of the first part is to remove the blockages. Then you're going to proceed to the ritual that will give you more opportunities to attract something that you desire. So that's the purpose of that.
I like that. And you know what, Ariel? I'm not sure, but tell me, brother, ikaw ba, are you the practitioner also who does the uncrossing? Sino ba yung gumagawa ng uncrossing ritual? I
What was that
never
again?
see uncrossing ritual. Uncrossing.
Uncrossing ritual it's also like cleansing. Okay, so we do uncrossing consists of cleansing ritual that you need to remove something from yourself. Okay, it can be negativities or emotion, something like that, or attachment that you need to remove from yourself. Because when we have this cross condition, I use the term cross condition. It means that we cannot move further. Okay, so the purpose of uncrossing ritual is to eliminate those blockages that block us to move further. Okay, so the purpose of uncrossing ritual is to clear your path. so that you can easily move on or get what you want. Okay, let's say you suffer from bad luck, or you think that you're cursed, or you're experiencing jinx. The purpose of the uncrossing ritual is to eliminate those things so that you will receive positive energy. Okay, it's not. It's also cleansing, but it's more. It's more. How can I say that? It's more serious. I mean, the purpose of that ritual is not only for cleansing, but to eliminate blockages, to remove something from you. Because once you do the uncrossing ritual, you realize a lot of things, maybe all the beliefs like that you need to eliminate. There are times that you will get a hard time to eliminate those things from yourself. But if you're not going to help yourself to remove those things, you will forever cross. I mean, you will be put in a situation where you cannot move further. So the purpose of the
I got
uncrossing
it.
is to eliminate something from you so that you can move further.
I got you. Understood. And
Yeah.
I'd like to take a moment here to welcome Red Siren Cause. Red Siren COS. Good evening to you also. I think some of you might know. Red Siren Cause. Welcome. Magandang gabi sa inyo. Okay. And I'm just curious, Archie, can you hear us, Archie? I'd just like to test real quick if Archie can hear us. Okay. You know, um, I get the sense that these rituals have a lot to do with the path of shamanism. Would you guys agree with
I
that?
can
Is that
barely hear
something
you guys,
that,
but
yeah, yeah? Okay, Archie. I mean, would you guys consider yourselves, having a foot or both feet on the path to shamanism? I mean, how do you look at yourself? How would you uh, reveal yourselves to people? Archie, kayo ba, ano ba kayo? Can you call yourselves, should you be called shamans? Tama ba yung term na yun din?
Well, my answer is no. Okay, because number one, a shaman requires initiation. Okay, initiation in this particular initiation will help the shaman to transform. Okay, not just a human, but a spiritual being. Okay, so shamanism requires kasi initiation. Okay, because you were introduced to the spirit. Okay. However, in this particular practice that we are involved with, we are incorporating shamanism to our practice. Okay, like for example, spirit questing. It derives from Native American shamanism, similar to vision questing. So we're just
Right.
going to incorporate some elements that can be used in a practical way. Okay. So I cannot call myself a shaman because I'm not initiated to the tradition, but instead I'm incorporating shamanic practices that can be used in a practical way. Okay. So yun yeah, we are offering course for that as an introduction to the shamanism and
Yeah.
curanderismo, something like that.
Very nice, very nice. So this is actually very useful for people who want to develop their spiritual natures. And there's actually training for this. May training para dito, actually. Diba? There's actually training for this. And you guys can train us, other,
Okay.
yeah.
Sa spirit questing, okay, as per sa, in spirit questing kasi, it requires two trainings that we have to undergo. Okay, the first part is the basic psychism, wherein you learn about the chakras, how to balance it, cleansing, psychometry, like stuff. And then shamanism is more on interacting with the spirits, connecting with nature, okay, and how to work with your power animals, dance with your power animals, communicate with the tree spirits, because those things that we practice in shamanism, we incorporate that in spirit questing. So here you will be equipped, okay, how to communicate with spirits and how to work with power animals, and also you're going to craft your own power objects or power, yeah, something like that, power tools that you can utilize in your practice, something
Excellent.
like that.
Now the course, um, when people want to learn more about these courses, I guess they go on to the Paint website. We have the links there. because I know that there's going to be a freebie here. There's going to be we're going to have a free pass. We're going to have the game changer rituals. Okay, so that's normally people would pay a good amount for that, and here just for being part of the show. Tama yun, Ariel, so they can actually get started on that path, diba? Okay. Uh, so when you this shamanism, is it paano nalalaman ng tao na this is something that's really for them? How do they know that the path towards shamanism or developing it, at least starting the journey, paano na nalalaman? How do they know that it's for them? If you can hear me.
What was the question again, Bert?
Yeah. How does someone know that the path of shamanism is for them?
Well, if there is a calling for them, okay, if they're so actually it depends eh. Meron kasi mga tao na they experience trouble in life, okay? In this particular problem that they're experiencing is like a transition between death and birth, okay? So itong particular phase na to, okay, sometimes we experience problems, anxiety, mga ganyan, depression, sometimes we suffer from psychological problem, or we experience drastic changes in our life. So it's like a transition between life and death, or death and rebirth. Okay, so shamanism kasi, this course will help you, okay, to develop yourself and also at the same time to know your potential. Okay, and as I said before, it's an introduction for the shamanic workshop that will be provided by Paint. Okay, as a preparation for the practice kasi. So here, yeah, you will encounter your power animal, how to work with it, with them, and then the rite of passage, and you will also learn how to craft your own tools, okay, that you can utilize in your life. Okay, so it's more on a journey that you need to undergo for you to understand what's happening to you. Okay, so if you feel that you are connected with the spirits, or you feel that you have a calling, or if you're experiencing some sort of transition na hindi mo maintindihan kung saan ka pupunta, I think this workshop will help you to understand yourself. Okay. So shamanic path kasi, it's like you experience a lot of changes at hindi magandang mga changes na yon, or drastic changes. It's like you are moving to a transition, okay, from something death and then rebirth. Okay, it's like you are developing yourself. Okay, it's more on
Absolutely.
self-development and self-realization, something like that, and
I
empowerment.
like that. Empowerment, self-realization. And my understanding is there's actually an upcoming, here you go, shaman initiations. And I'm just reading here. An introductory course on shamanic practices. A lot of things happening in April. This one is in Tagaytay, April 9 to 11 this year. Okay, what's involved? Journeying, rite of passage, dancing with your power animals, and more. Right. So you're gonna be leading that, right, Ariel?
Yeah. So I
Okay.
I also suggest that if you want to discover your esoteric ability, okay, that you're not familiar with, shamanism is a ground, okay, or a step for you to move further, for you to discover whatever abilities you have. Okay, I've been training a lot of people, okay, from Esoteric Society of the Philippines, okay, and then workshops. So some of them were able to find their path. Okay, kung ano yung talaga yung path nila na kailangan i-take. Some of them become healers, some of them become oracle readers, psychics, something like that. So I think shamanism is a good foundation before you move forward to discover. Okay, as I said before, Spirit questing is my training ground before I discover other paths. So I suggest that you undergo shamanism for you to understand what abilities you have, and then move further for you to discover whatever path you want to take.
I like that, Ariel. As a matter of fact, after the show, I'm gonna get in touch with May and find out the details. We've got, just so you know, we've got Regina CMC, and she says she's interested in the shaman initiations. Make a note, and we're making a note here also in the studio. But she says we are on quarantine. Okay, we know that here in the NCR. And her question is, will this still push through? My understanding is we pushed it out to May. We pushed it
Yes.
out to May, Mayo, right?
Yes, Bert. Yes, it will still push through, but we changed the schedule because of the quarantine, because of the present situation. We're going to push it back a little to May 28 to May 30. Okay, but also in order for you, or before you go to the shamanism initiation, you have to undergo the intuitive development course also.
I
Okay,
see.
so there. So it's going to push through, but it's going to be on May 28 to 30. Again, I will repeat, before you go through the shamanic training, you have to undergo through the intuitive development course, which um, um, studio, can we also flash that so that our audience can see it, the intuitive development course? So
There you have it, folks. Keep in mind, if you want to take advantage of the Shaman Initiations Program in Tagaytay this May the 28th to the 30th, you gotta sign up for the Intuitive Development course first. I promise you it's going to be well worth it. I've signed up myself for the Intuitive Development course. I'm booked for it already. I've cleared my calendar for that. And my next step is actually the Shaman Initiations. And I got to reach out to Ariel about the package he's got there. Okay, the rituals. I'm very interested in that as well, and I'd like to take a moment here to greet I think it's we just said hi to a Facebook user, Lisa Nasanke Runko. Hello, Lisa, or is it Liza? Is it Liza? Hi, Liza. Welcome. Good to have you here. Okay. So, um, let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, look, I just got a note from the studio here. It says here April 18, Sundays, every Sunday starting April 18. Okay, so
yes,
something's
Bert,
going.
Bert, that is for the intuitive development course. It's going to be online.
Yeah.
Starting April 18, there will be 7 sessions every Sunday. So
Okay.
starting from April 18, online every Sunday, 7 courses.
Excellent. And this will be on our Paint Facebook page as well. Updated information, right?
Yes,
Excellent.
yes, Bert.
Okay, folks, you gotta put that alert there on your Facebook notification. Make sure you don't miss any updates from us, especially if the staff suddenly decides to give away a freebie. You got to take advantage of that. I mean, this is really valuable stuff. Okay, valuable stuff. Now, I don't think it's a problem if we go slightly over time. I mean, I got so many questions, and for those of you folks in the studio audience, just type your questions in. We still have a few minutes here. I don't know how often you're going to be able to have Sarcia, Ariel, and Archie. Archie's doing his best to reconnect. Okay, and I'm curious, guys. Do you find that as we, people say, oh, we're in the Kali Yuga, we're in the dark times, but do you actually find that there's more and more people out there who start turning into, spiritualism, being more spiritual as opposed to religious, where they maybe try to go back to some of our cultural traditions? I mean, have you seen a trend, or is it just my imagination? I mean, has there been a change over time where people say, "Hey, spirituality is actually something that's important, as opposed to just the material pursuits"? Did you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, Bert, to answer that question, I believe so, that there's been a lot of change already. A lot of people are going into spiritual practice already. Um, and I've also noticed na marami na nag-ano to higher vibration. Okay, na nag-ascend na to higher
Right.
vibration. So all of this that's happening, everything that's part of it, na yung higher consciousness or yung higher vibration ng tao talagang nag-ascend na. And a lot of people, sorry, sorry for that noise. So a lot of people actually, I myself is surprised na even there are well-known personalities or celebrities that I did not expect at the beginning who are already into, kumbaga, into yung sa spiritual trainings and all of that. So yes, I believe so.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. People are waking up. And, you know, I'd like to welcome Red Siren Cause, Red Siren COS. Good evening, Red Siren. And also si Red Siren, may question din. And I got to tell you, perfect ang timing mo, Red Siren, because your question is, how do you know who's your spirit animal? Is it the same as a familiar? Guys, who wants to take this question? How do you know who your spirit animal
Okay.
is?
Okay. Let me answer the question of Tita Red. I call her Tita Red. I know her
Okay.
personally. Okay.
Okay.
So a spirit animal or a power animal. Okay. I mean the power animal is the one that you encounter along your journey. Okay. Sometimes ito yung mga significant na animal na na-encounter mo nung bata ka, or when you grow up, especially when you're experiencing drastic changes or problem, sometimes you will encounter this animal. Okay, halimbawa pusa, daga, ganyan, o aso. When you say a power animal, it can be a guardian spirit or your guardian in a form of animal. Okay, the purpose of the power animal is to empower us. Okay, kasi sa shamanic tradition na merong paniniwala na each of us has our own power animal, and once we separated from that entity, okay, we experience problem like parang nawawalan ng gana sa buhay or enthusiasm or depression like that. Now, power animal, once we connect with it, it empowers us, okay, in order for us to move further or move forward or to do the things that we need to do in life, okay, and that's the purpose of the power animal, to empower us, to be with us, okay. Now, however, a familiar spirit is a spirit that you want to contact with, okay. It can be a familiar spirit, it can be a spirit of the dead or an elemental, okay, like yung mga ginagawa ng mga manggagamot, namumulat ng mga spirito, that can be a familiar spirit, or a spirit that you get from a higher or from a higher spirit, let's say a demon like that, okay, or an elemental. Okay, sometimes they give familiar spirits, okay, to the practitioner, to the witches like that, and this particular spirits are helping spirits for the witches, okay, that they can use to, to send messages, to cast spells, to influence someone, or sometimes to gather knowledge. Okay, so again, a power animal is it's just parang persona mo. Okay, it's a spirit, or it's another form of you in the form of spirit that empowers you. Okay, however, a familiar spirit is a working spirit for a witch or for a magician, and that's the purpose of that. Maraming purpose ng familiar spirits. Yun ang ano niya, parang to serve the practitioner or a healer. Okay, like what you said a while ago, Bert, yung binanggit mo kanina na yung may mga healers na nangongolekta ng mga kung ano ng mga spirits that can be
Right.
familiar spirits or working spirit.
So there you go. There you go. Red Siren. Red Siren. Very interesting. And Archie, sa shamanic practice, especially in the course, Diba, isn't it part of the course where people can discover their spirit animals, right?
Just that again, Bert.
Uh, that they will discover their spirit animals.
It is part of the course that they have to discover. So if they want to know their spirit animal, they have to attend the course. Okay, and that can be done through shamanic journeying, or through dancing with your power animal. So they need to attend the course if they want to know their power animal. Okay, but the easiest way, if we want to know it, kung ano yung pinaka-significant na animal na lagi mong nakikita, especially kapag may pinagdadaanan ka. Okay, that can be your spirit animal. It can appear in your dreams or vision, or sometimes physical na animal. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, we're probably coming up on the last 15 minutes, plus or minus, of our show, and there's actually so much to being a spirit quester with shamanic practices, and for those in attendance, you know. Oh, here's a question. But before I read the question, I'd like to welcome Miss Madeline Mendoza Chunetani. Miss Madeline Mendoza Chunetani, welcome to the show. Glad you're here. Ang tanong niya, pwede bang makipag-usap yung mga taong namayapa sa panaginip? Did you guys hear that? Pwede bang makipag-usap yung mga taong namayapa sa panaginip?
It's possible, especially if the spirit has a message to impart. Okay, this is namayapa. Sometimes they use dreams as a tool to communicate. Since that some people are not that sensitive to subtle energies, or they can see or anything, sometimes pinadadaan to sa panaginip. So it's possible.
There you go. And I'd like to totoo yan eh. Can I share a quick story? And this is for the benefit of Miss Madeline. Miss Madeline, I got to tell a quick story. Okay, when my grandmother died, nananaginip yung tita ko. Okay, yung dictionaryo, Webster Dictionary, gabi-gabi, gabi-gabi, gabi-gabi. Yung pages, lumilipad yung page, parang nagba-browse pages. It went on for several months. Eventually, they found out ilang $1,000 pala in $100 bills is naksak doon ng lola ko, doon niya tinago. Totoo to, as God is my witness, it's a true story. Hindi mapakali yung spirit nung lola ko kasi nandun yung ilang libo-libo na dollars pa. And this is going back in the 70s, so even then, malaking pera na yun. So, yun lang. So, I really believe in that. Okay, I really believe in that. Oh, here's another question. See, Ulysses Neil Patrick Edkilag. Welcome, Ulysses. His question is, how does source, creator / divinity, the cosmos / god dash goddess, mahaba, figure out in your work, how does the celestial host, divinities such as Isis and Guan Yin, etc., and avatars such as Jesus and the Buddha, etc., figure into your spiritual work? Okay, medyo mahaba yung question. Okay, it's a bit of a long question. Guys, if you can, do you want me to read it again, or can you guys see it? Whoever wants to take this question, there it is. I'll read it again. How does source, creator, divinity, the cosmos, God consciousness figure out in your work? How does the celestial host, divinities such as Isis and Guan Yin, etc., and avatars such as Jesus and the Buddha, etc., figure into your spiritual work? Long question.
I think Archie should answer that.
Archie, go ahead, brother. You've been awful quiet. You got this one, man.
Yeah. any one of us, any practitioner would have an idea of their would have their own idea of God. And to answer that question, it does pose a big support on anyone who does practice, or whether it's esoteric or not. But as far as I know, every one of us, or whoever I've encountered with, within SQ or a Spirit Quester, or within other spiritual groups, they have anchored to their idea of God. So whatever that is, whatever faith or modality that is, you do need an anchor to your practice, and this will also guide you on how to proceed and how to improve. That's my take on it.
There you go. Very concise.
How about you guys?
Brief. Yeah, there you go.
Well, in my
Just
case,
try to
that
make it
is,
short.
I think that's a personal choice kasi, okay? Now, in my case kasi, it's very important that you have to acknowledge a divine being or divine source, because you encounter spirits along your way, and as I said before, some spirits are magulo, makulit, or ganyan. So, you need to anchor yourself something higher or divine to protect yourself from negativity. Okay. So, like in my case, since I'm involved in Philippine esoteric, which is influenced by Catholicism and Christianism. So I acknowledge, or I believe in the existence of God. Okay, or Jehovah or Yahweh, ganyan. So it's very important when you involve in spiritualism or anything that something to do with connected with spirits. It's very important that you should work, or you should have a relationship with the divine. Okay? Walang kaso yung ano din eh. Kung anong religion yan, it's more spiritual, or you have to be spiritual when you involve in this kind of practice. Okay? As I said, you
I
need to
see.
anchor yourself to something higher so that meron kang pagkukunan ng lakas or protection whenever you need it. Okay? So it doesn't matter if it's a goddess or a god. What is the most important thing is that your relationship to the divine, with to the divine. That's what the most important thing if you're involved in this kind of
That's,
practice.
that's very
Yeah.
true.
Okay, for me naman, Bert, okay,
Yes.
it's still important kasi ako, I'm a Roman Catholic, okay?
Right.
So, you still need to connect to to the source, to the creator, to the divine, or however you want to call it. Kasi, again, siya yung source eh. So, we still have to connect. Just like what Ariel said, uh, of course, you still ask for protection and all of that. And for me kasi, I believe that all of these things, your skills, your abilities, and all of that, may pinanggalingan yan. And for
Right.
me, that came from the source. Can I just share a quick short story? I
Yes, go
remember
ahead.
when I was starting a Spirit Questor, my family didn't know about it. Okay, until such time they learned that I was a member of Spirit Questor. So at first they were against it, especially my dad, who was a pastor. So
Oh, wow.
I really had a one-on-one talk with my dad, and um, he was telling me na, anak, why are you into that? That is the work of the devil. Um, then I told him, sabi ko, Dad, right now, this is my calling eh. This is how I see on how I can help people. And then he told me, di, maraming ibang paraan. There are other ways for you to help other people. So, we were really having this argument. I was really, setting my foot down that I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not worshiping the devil or whatever. So, and then until such a time na we had a compromise, sabi niya, sige, I will send another pastor to you to talk to you and all of that. So ako naman, since, kampante ako na I'm not doing anything wrong and I'm not worshiping the devil. So sabi ko, sige. And then, that Sunday, dumating yung pastor na pinadala niya. And then I just told him what we do. Kung anong ginagawa namin sa Spirit Questor. Okay? Then after nun, hindi na bumalik yung pastor. Because I believe nakita niya na yun nga, I'm not worshiping the devil, or nakita niya kung ano talaga yung sole purpose ng ginagawa namin, which is really to help people, okay, and to promote unconditional love. So it just
Right.
so happened na for me, this is my way of helping other people because I was given this ability or this skill. And it is just right for me to, to give it back, to share it or to help people with it. So, yun. So, yung ano ko, Katoliko pa rin ako. I still believe in God. I still do my prayers and all of that. But like what Ariel said, meron ka dapat ina-anchoran. So, you still have to connect to the Supreme Being or to the Source or to the Creator.
Absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful. And I hope Ulysses that clears the position of our spirit questers, and we appreciate your question very much. If it's okay with you guys, there's a Red Siren has a question, okay? And she says, what can you say about imprints as opposed to actual spirit? I think, Ariel, you might have talked about that a little bit earlier. Imprints as opposed to actual spirit.
Okay. Okay, as I mentioned before, when you say imprints, it's something to do with the energies that were left behind to a particular place. Okay, let's say may massacre na nangyari sa isang lugar. Okay, so expect mo nandun yung takot, anger, yung sakit, lahat ng emosyon na negative na iwan doon sa lugar na yon nung namatay na yon. And that particular energy, it becomes an imprint. Either you feel it if you are sensitive or if you are clairsentient, or you might see it if you are clairvoyant. Okay? Maaring makita mo yung silhouette ng patay doon or nagma-manifest yung yung nangyari, yung pangyari, yung pinapatay yung mga tao. So those are possible manifestations. So again, as I said before, it's very important that you have to decipher a manifestation if it's really a sentient being or not. Now expect if that is an imprint and then you want to communicate with that, it's impossible. Makikita mo na siya ng paulit-ulit o mararamdaman mo na siya ng paulit-ulit, but you cannot establish communication for you to get, connected or to get issues. Okay, that's an imprint. Okay. However, if it's a sentient entity, you can communicate and there's an emotion involved. Okay, so that's the difference between an imprint, okay, opposed to actual entity or spirit. Okay, again, a spirit
Wonderful.
has free will. An imprint is just an imprint. It's just how can I say that? An energy,
Energetic residue.
yeah, process, something like that, or a
Yeah.
shell.
You know,
Okay, what
shell,
else?
a shell.
Yes, exactly, shell.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Ariel. It really clears it in my mind. Now, if it's okay with you, Spirit Questers, and if it's okay with the audience, we're going to have a raffle first, okay? And then we're going to talk about the ultimate voucher, okay? And then, of course, you'll have the opportunity to give out or receive messages, last few messages from the guests, right? Okay. Now, the staff is suggesting that kayo, you guys pick, kasi you're gonna pick the winners, okay, or the winner. Ariel, I think we have at least one giveaway, or is it two? I'm trying to clarify it, but you guys actually get to pick who the winners are gonna be. Okay. And then, can you guys hear me okay? Dinig niyo ako? Yeah? Okay. Okay. So, the question is, what is one? Okay, here's the question. Actually, maybe ikaw na lang, Ariel, magbasa ng question kaya. Can you read the
Hindi ko
question, brother? There it is. Here's the question. What is the one training you need to have to pursue the shamanic path? Okay. What is the one training you need to have to pursue the shamanic path? Okay. Actually, to clarify, what is one of the training you need to have? So there's several, but there's at least one, okay, that you need to have to pursue the shamanic path. Audience, for you, studio audience, give your best answer, okay? Our Spirit Questors here, Sarcia, Ariel, and Archie, will pick the best answers and they will pick the winners, okay? Okay, John, guys, Annette, Ulysses, Regina, Red Sarah, Madeline, etc. Marianne, if you're there, and all these other folks here, so many names. If you're there, we're posing a question to you, okay? The question is, what is one of the training you need to have to pursue the shamanic path? Just give it your best answer. The quickest, the best answer, pipiliin. I think Archie, si Archie yata pipili the best answer. You're on the spot, brother. You're going to give away a voucher, okay? So look at the answers. Oh, shit. Ito na
There are two.
answer. Whoa.
Yeah, two.
We have a winner. Do we have a winner, Archie? Ariel, do we have a winner, Ariel?
Sino ba nauna?
Yeah.
Sino na una?
Sino ba nauna? Si Regina o si Madeline?
Madeline.
It's really-
Madeline
Si
Mendoza.
Madeline.
Yeah, Madeline Mendoza. Chunitani was the first one to answer.
Okay. Pero
Congratulations.
I think Regina should receive something too.
Go. Congratulations, Madeline and Regina. Ariel has something in mind for you. The staff at Paint has something in mind for you. Okay. 2 winners. Wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you ladies. Okay. It's, I believe, Madeline and Regina. Congrats to you guys. Intuitive training is the right answer. Intuitive training is a prerequisite to shamanic training. Okay, wonderful. Now, having said that, let's talk about the ultimate voucher. Ultimate voucher. You guys have heard of the ultimate voucher, okay? So it's a wonderful package that the staff has put together. There it is, guys. Take a look at your screen. The ultimate intuitive session voucher. Guys, look at what you get. You get a 90-minute Akashic full reading, not a summary, it's a full reading. You get a 60-minute intuitive reading session, which involves tarot, past life, remote space scanning for your home office, etc. Check it out. Okay, the intuitive reading right there, part of the package. I myself am actually going to avail this weekend of one of these things first, and then eventually I'll get the rest. It's going to be the Akashic reading. I'm very curious how that's going to work out. This is a package specially prepared, packaged for you folks by the staff at the Philippine Academy of Intuitives. It's very well thought out, very structured, great staff, sharing with you their knowledge, literally opening you up to your own potential and hopefully getting you on that path to your own spiritual development, okay? Check it out, guys. Have a look at our Facebook page, right? So let's see what else we got going on here. Now here it is. Look, here's what we have going on for you, okay? 2 weeks ago, we held a tarot Zoomathon for a cause. We raised funds for a very lovely family, close friends of ours. And you know what? Based on your love and your support, we got almost 100,000 pesos from our hearts to yours. We want to thank you so very much to continue this effort because the debt really is 1.4 million pesos. Very, very heavy just to save a few lives. That's the state of our medical practice here in the Philippines. But to continue this effort, to pay down this debt, to help our sisters and brothers, as a group, we are offering a very special package, a gift package of 7 vouchers, only 7. That's all we can do here, 7 vouchers with a wide array of services to choose from. Now, this is good for 1 year and can also be given as a gift. You can also give this as a gift to your loved ones. You have 1 year before this expires. Now, guys, I got to tell you, I've seen this package be purchased by folks from abroad, from Europe, from the U.S., and it's actually several thousand pesos more than that. Okay, so tremendous value. Okay, tremendous value. Voucher 1 is a 90-minute session with Al Mayari, also known as May Sarah Carpio. This service is regularly priced at 70 euros. With this voucher, you are getting it. You are getting it for significantly less. Akasha is a plane and field of energy where all information about you from past to your future lives are stored. There you go, folks. Now, that's voucher 1, the Akashic reading. Okay, voucher 2 is a 60-minute clairvoyant reading and guidance on all matters of life and answers to all your questions, personal questions, business questions, relationship questions, you name it. You may choose a reading modality that suits your preference. You could do tarot. You could do Lenormand. I do Lenormand. You could do tarot. We've got some very gifted, intuitive, and psychic folks on staff. All right? So I'll keep going here because there's so much in this package. There's so much in this package, and I just want to make sure I get it right. Voucher 3, okay? Restoring your sense of wellness and well-being by unblocking, cleaning, and transforming, and or repairing your mind, body, and spirit. You may choose from different modalities that may suit your needs. There's Reiki, angelic lights, access bars, high-frequency healing, or even ancestral healing, going back to the root, to the past of this. Genetic healing, I like to call it, from the spiritual world. Now, the next voucher, voucher 4, guiding you in a focused way in aspects of your life that can give you a boost towards your desired goals and outcomes. We're talking about practically magical manifestation here. An intuitive coach helps you move from point A, your current state, to point B, your desired state. Okay, this is truly, truly wonderful, folks. This is transformational as well. Voucher 5, we go on to voucher 5. Voucher 5, what do we have for voucher 5? Now, if you are juggling between your current mundane life issues and your own spiritual practice, or maybe you're just looking for direction and guidance, you may need a mentor to guide you and facilitate the development of your natural intuitive talents and gifts and help you with your soul path and purpose. Voucher 5, guys, check it out. A mentorship program, a guidance program. You got to look at that. Next is voucher 6. You can use this voucher 6, for some of the PAI, Philippine Academy of Intuitive classes, like introduction classes to basic tarot, psychic protection, psychic hygiene, and soul repair. Okay, good stuff, folks. Good stuff. Voucher 7. This I like. Being a Scorpio by nature. Okay, I'm very curious about this. Voucher 7 is a mystery voucher. Now, this can be a repeat session of your first one or any other session listed above. Sometimes, folks, it actually takes one or two sessions to really make it stick, to really anchor the session, the treatment, the therapy, the moment, okay? So voucher 7 is the mystery voucher. It can be a repeat session of your first session or any other sessions listed above, or if you like, build a customized session, combining different modalities to tailor fit your life and spiritual issues. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, I had to read all of that because it was actually very, very descriptive, and hopefully it didn't take too long for you guys. But anyways, let me check to see what else we have to cover. Okay, guys, I'm getting a note here from the staff that 1 voucher of the ultimate voucher package. Now, someone has to help me pick here. Someone has to help me pick. And it has to be, actually, I prefer the guests pick. Okay, I'm getting a note here. It says, let's give 1 Akashic session raffle. Hey, kayo mga studio audience, are you following this? We are giving away 1 Akashic session raffle. We're giving away 1. Wow. Okay, and also we're giving away one angelic light healing session. That is so powerful, so sweet. Okay, and we're also giving away one ultimate voucher package. Guys, this is a voucher bonanza tonight. Holy cow. Voucher bonanza, people. Voucher bonanza. Someone's actually giving away stuff. Who's guys, how are we doing this? Paano natin gagawin to? I need some clarity here. Okay? I get a note here. Let's give one Akashic session raffle. Okay, Direk, tama ba to? We're giving one Akashic session raffle. Who wants one? Who wants one? Hey, someone's got to pick. Sarcia, Ate Sarcia, do you want to pick? We have one Akashic session. Who are you gonna pick sa audience? I don't want anyone getting mad at me. Ayoko may magtampo sa akin. You guys get to pick. So exciting. Who's gonna pick? Who wants to pick? Regina says Akashic. Regina's getting all excited about Akashic. Kim is showing a heart. Madeline's saying wow. John, we appreciate you too, man. John Alexis Balaguer, we appreciate you too, man. Okay. Come on, guys. Who's gonna give this away? Hey, we gotta give this away. It's burning a hole in our pocket. Come on. Ariel, you wanna pick kung sino bibigyan natin ng Akashic, brother? Oh, here's the contest. Ito na ang contest, ha? Ito na daw ang contest. Ito na daw ang contest. Padamihan ng listahan ng laman ng Ultimate Voucher. Kung sino daw ang may pinakamaraming makaka-type ng laman ng Ultimate Voucher is gonna be a winner. Guys, type. Mag-type na kayo para may pamigay na to. Come on.
Let's go, guys.
Let's go. Come
Let's
on,
go
show
get
us.
that prize.
I gotta fix my camera. Uh-oh, si Regina CMC, she's winning. Sabi ni Regina, Akashic, Access Bars, Intuitive Session, Mystery Voucher. Nako, isa lang mananalo. Okay, good job, Regina. Ate Sarcia, do you want to pick? Let's look at our private chat. Red Siren, go, Red Siren, go. There's a race.
Come on.
Regina and Red Siren.
Name as many vouchers that's included in the ultimate voucher. Let's go. So Regina has 4. Come on, let's go, guys. Red Siren has 4 answers as well.
I got to tell you guys, that Akashic reading alone is so powerful because you're actually going to know what went on and what's supposed to go on. I mean, you're talking about life path, where you're coming from, where you're headed, intuitive reading. I mean, that's powerful as well. Healing, cleansing. Oh, look at Madeline. Madeline really wants it bad. Go, Madeline. Ate Sarcia, take charge na nga sa pag-pick ng winner.
Okay, so far, Regina has 3 correct answers as well as Red Siren. Come on, guys.
Oh,
Type
wow.
in your answers.
Regina neck to neck with Red Siren.
Yes.
3 correct answers each. Come on, ladies, you can do better. You can do better. You can do better. Go, go, go.
Oh, this is really a tight
It's
battle.
getting tight
Regina
here,
has,
guys.
yeah.
It's getting hot. It's
Regina
getting
has
hot in
3.
here. Come on.
Yeah, Regina has
Come
3.
on,
Red
people.
Siren has 3, as well as Madeline 3.
It's getting hot in here. Come on. Show us that you want it. You gotta want it. You gotta want it. Okay. Now, next thing now. So let's make a decision here. Can we make a decision here? Decision time na tayo. Because
Okay, guys, try to write the name of the voucher, not the sessions, okay? It has to be the voucher's name, not the sessions, okay?
okay. Hey, Sarcia, I'm getting a message here. Tatlo na daw ang winners.
Okay, so congratulations to Regina, to Red Siren, and to Madeline. Congratulations!
Yay! Congrats, girls. Puro girls. It's a ladies' night. Archie, Ariel, ladies' night pala tonight. Ladies' night. Okay. So there you go. There you go. There you go. So let's just move on. Now, what else, guys? Do we have any? Some of what I'm seeing here is uh, I'm seeing here tatlo winners. Akashic yung una, Angel Light, Red Siren. Okay, Angel Light is Red Siren. Yung isa daw Akashic, yung isa Angel Light, Red Siren. Okay, so Akashic. I'm reading from notes here now from the studio. Akashic is Regina. Congratulations, Regina. Okay. Now who else we have? Madeline is Tarot. Okay. And then Angel Light is Red Siren. Tama ba yun? Did I get that? Congrats, Red Siren. Yahoo! You're welcome.
Congratulations!
Yeah. You're very welcome, Madeline. We're having so much fun here. Okay, giving away stuff. Guys, let's have some parting messages, closing messages, if you would. I personally enjoyed it. I mean, this is my first time really having a heart-to-heart conversation with you guys, and I hope to see you guys in person soon. We got some excursions, lockdown permitting, and some projects in mind. It'll be fun to see you guys. There's a lot of stories, I want to hear and I want to learn from you. Lalo na ikaw, Brother Archie, you've been awful quiet. Balita ko ikaw ang rest back sa bakbakan kapag may nang-istorbo. So I want to be your friend. Okay? Gusto ko friend kita. Okay? So, anyways, Ariel, let's start with you. Any messages, parting words for those in attendance tonight, for our studio audience, and for those who are gonna watch the recording? Anytime you're ready, brother. Ariel, closing comments from you, please.
Well, always remember that we are not alone here on Earth. Okay, that there are other beings exist, seen and unseen, that we should respect. Okay, that we should practice unconditional love, not only for the entities that we cannot see, but to the people. Okay, kapitbahay mo man yan o kaibigan mo, still you need to practice unconditional love, because when we practice unconditional love, we also show, or it's a way also of expressing love to ourselves. Okay, so that's it.
Wonderful. Thanks for that, Ariel. Sarcia, you please. What would you like
Yes.
to, in parting, say?
Yes, aside from that, Okay, I'd like to thank everyone who joined us to listen to us. I hope you learned a lot from us. Okay, for those of you, please join our courses. Okay, definitely, it's going to be all worth it. Okay, to help you. And aside from that, I also would like to somehow promote, since we are already this with this pandemic and all of that, quarantine and all of that. Okay, nag-ano na rin kami, nag-upgrade na rin kami. So when it comes to questing, we do e-questing, online questing. Yes, that is possible. So we do that. So if ever you have cases that you want to bring it to us, so just email us. Email the paint. So here, paintwithtips@gmail.com. Okay, to contact us. So again, nag-level up na rin kami. Nakisabay na kami sa panahon. So we also do online questing. So e-questing, kumbaga. So I'd like to again invite everyone to please join our courses. Okay, we hope to see you there. Okay, and again, thank you very much for listening to us.
Thank you, sister. And Archie,
Thank you.
can
Thank
you
you.
hear us okay? This is on behalf of Archie. Archie says, with light and love, blessed be, Archie says. And Ariel, Sarcia, Archie, the staff at Paint, and for all of you audience in attendance, I want to thank you so much for being a part of the show. It's been wonderful having you. It's been a privilege, and we hope you enjoyed it. We have fun from our hearts to your hearts. Thank you. God bless and good night.
Thank you.
Bye bye.